Hello everyone. This is Oni, and today for you, I have a review for a Metroidvania called Mystic Bell. Now, this game was created by the indie studio Last Dimension and was published by WayForward. So, I had high hopes for this game, but I guess we'll see what happens. So let's just jump into the review here and go from there, shall we? Belle is a student at the Magic School of Hagmore, and she decides one night she's going to stay up and practice her magic. Unfortunately, someone disrupts the very important brew that is made yearly at the school and spills it all over the place. Belle gets blamed for it and is told if she doesn't help get the ingredients quickly to make a new potion, she's going to be expelled. So off she goes through the halls of the school to get what she needs so she can clear her name and go to bed. As you progress through the school, you don't really get much of a story to piece together. I mean, it's all handed to you at the beginning. There's no hidden twists or silly dialogue to make you giggle. Nothing sad will happen that tries to pull at your heartstrings. The only thing a dialogue really does is help give you hints as to what you need to do or what items you need in order to progress. As you start getting different abilities in the game to reach new areas, you start finding lore pieces talking about the event that is happening on the night in the game. Little did I know you needed to collect all of them to get the proper ending. If you don't, you get a lackluster ending that is so unsatisfying. But I suppose in games with multiple endings, there's always an ending like that. The true ending at least wraps everything up and has a fun little end to it, even if it's a touch aggravating to deal with the final true boss. For a Metroidvania, the game does a decent job at being one, but at the same time, it stumbles a lot. There were not many new abilities to gain throughout the journey, and I never felt like I was getting any more powerful at the end of the day. As you kill enemies, you get some experience from them. You don't actually see a number from them, but a little bar does fill up. As you level, you eventually get a new basic attack, but there are only like 6 levels or so. So why even have a level up system when I was maxed out halfway through the game? You don't get to switch your spells or choose new equipment or anything. The controls of the game were awful. From the platforming to the combat, everything felt heavy and some abilities were mapped as they should have been. One thing that really aggravated me with the platforming is that you just got enough height in your jumps to just barely get on the platforms. Even with the double jump, I was just barely clearing the jumps that I needed it for. I'm used to having a good bit of clearance on platforms in Metroidvanias, but I failed so many times here because of this. I won't even talk about how annoying it made it when the platforms were moving vertically. When it comes to combat, you can only shoot horizontally. This was such a crutch to the game, as there are flying monsters and ceiling crawling enemies, and some that jump over you. But no, you have to wait for them to all come to your level to be able to defeat them. It was such a pain. Plus, when it comes down to it, you have your normal attack and charged lightning attack that you unlock eventually, and a weird melee attack that happens when enemies get too close. But none of it felt good. Luckily though, if you died, you at least got to restart at the beginning of the room. But, on the other hand, if you entered with no health, you respawn with no health. As you run around the school, you find items you can pick up. You can only hold a few in your inventory at a time, but there is a special magic box you put items in. They go to every magic box, so long as you're not on hard difficulty. The inventory management was such a pain to deal with, as it was completely unexpected, and even the magic box has a limit. There were a few times I had to fully drop an item to get another. Then, you take the items to a specific spot where you actually use them, much like a point and click. Sure, you get hints from NPCs around the area, but it's all up to trial and error. Yippee! Some items are also completely useless, so why even include them in the game when they do nothing but soak up inventory space? I'll be honest, I am a sucker for magic school aesthetics and anything centered around Halloween, so the looks of this game drew me in, and I really did enjoy exploring the school, but everything else felt wrong, from the platforming to the combat to the inventory management. I'm ashamed to say, WayForward stumbled with the publishing of this title, and I cannot recommend it to anybody. And unfortunately, that is why I'm giving Mystic Bell a 3 out of 10. So I hope you enjoyed this review, even if it was kind of bad. If you'd like to read the written article, or follow me on Twitter, or join the Node Gamers Discord channel, which I recommend you doing because we love new people and we're fun people. All those links will be in the description down below. So, I hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good night. And until next time, goodbye.